Everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this episode I'm going to talk about some certain products and items that they help the children to have a comfortable sleep. Children in the different ages, they have a different necessary and different kind of items that they help them to have a comfortable sleep. I'm going to list some of the items and I'm going to mention which time and which kind of ages they are used. And also I'm going to describe some of the reasons why these kind of items help the children to sleep better. Sleeping is a very important for the children and for the babies, because it helps them to develop. And also it is very important for a parent, because comfortable sleep, it gives a very relaxed moment for the parents too. And also it is very important even for the rest of the family, because a crying baby and a baby that does not sleep, it is a concern for the whole house. And so in this episode I'm going to start listing some of my favorite items, and I recommend to the mothers, and also I consider that a must-have. The first thing that I'm going to talk is about the swaddle blanket. When the baby are just born and they are in the first month, they like to sleep in a swaddle blanket, because it helps them to have a very comfortable sleep. I use this very simple swaddle blanket. It is not, for me, it is not necessary to buy complicated swaddle blanket, because the baby, when you start learning how to swaddle your baby, it is very easy even with a simple one. Actually I used even some of other kind of swaddle blanket that you could put like a burrito the baby, but for me it didn't work, because my baby was easy to undo his hands. So for the first months I recommend to use a simple one, just to practice how to swaddle, and he's gonna sleep perfectly fine even with a simple one. Of course, even in the first month that the baby are born, they're recommended to sleep in the bassinet. It's very easy for it is very easy even for the mothers to manage, especially during the time. I actually don't recommend to buy expensive bassinets. The reason is that the bassinets are used for a very short time, so it is not necessary to buy to spend so much money in the bassinets. Meanwhile, you can find a reasonable price and a good one that you can choose, depend on the gender of your baby and depend on the design that you like, and you can use during the first months. Actually, I like the small bassinets that they have wheels, so you can easily move around, and also they are very affordable with the price, so it justifies even the usage that they have for the first month that you might need, and then later you will not need it. The other is the crib. Actually, there are different versions of cribs that you find in market. You can depend on how much you really want to invest in the cribs. You can buy different kind of prices. I like the Da Vinci crib, the one that grows with the baby, so you can adjust the height of the crib, and also it is all the corners are opened for the baby to breathe. This kind of cribs you can find in the different colors, depends on your desire, and also depends on the gender of your baby. You can make your decision. And also to help your child to sleep, or even the mobile balls that you install in the crib, that there are toys that helps the children to with their music and with the way how they move, it helps the children to sleep. This kind of toys, there are plenty of versions in market, depends on the gender, depends on what kind of your animal is favorite to introduce to your child. You can buy different one and entertain your child before he falls asleep. This is a very nice way. It has been very effective for me. Of course, it is not used for a very long time, because when the children they start getting up and moving around the crib, they can easily pull the toy. But for the first months of the baby, they are very helpful, and it makes a very attractive sleeping process. Also, as the baby grows, you might need even kind of wearable blanket. This kind of wearable blanket are very helpful. You can find different one. I like the zip one. This kind of wearable blanket, it helps your child to cover all his body, so in this way it's a very good transition way from the swaddle blanket, and then when they grow older they can go in a regular blanket. This kind of wearable blanket, or in a different colors, or in a different kind of design. So you can choose whichever you like, depends on the gender of your baby, and it depends on your personal taste. Also, with even the machines that they make, that they are recommended actually for the white nose. So in this way you can help your baby to sleep. Of course, of this kind of machine you can use for a longer time. The one that I can recommend is the one that it even makes a light during the night. This kind of white machines depends on what kind of noise and which one you might like. You can choose different ones. There are different versions you can find in the shops online. It is even a common gift that you get from different people. So I recommend to create a space for the white noise and to make sure that you have room. It's gonna be very helpful to put your child to sleep. Of course, depends where you live and what kind of weather you live. You might need even a humidifier. uh, I actually can say that there are different kind of versions, and you can find different kind of prices, and also depends on how big your room it is. You can even buy the proper humidifier. We bought the Beneco humidifier. It's a Switzerland brand. We are very satisfied, but also there are even other kind of brands and kind of humidifiers that they are cheaper. But always you just make sure that you are buying the proper one according to the size of the room. If your room is very big, you might need two of them so you can have enough humid in the room. And also depend on what country you might need or you might not need it. But actually the humidifier and the purifier also it creates a very nice air in the room, and it helps the baby to breathe, and especially with the nose that sometimes when the air is dry it stucks, and they cannot breathe very good. The other one that I can mention are the cameras and the baby monitor. This is very good to have home. When the baby is sleeping, you can watch what he's doing. Also depends on your conditions. You can buy even baby monitor outlet. This kind of thing, it gives more information during the sleeping of the baby, like the heartbeats, like different kind of information. um, I think that the baby outlet is mostly for children that they are not sleeping in the same room with their parents. But it depends on how much money you want to invest. You can buy even cheaper camera monitor that they are for children, and they provide lots of information to the parents for their time that they are sleeping. There are even some kind of body lotion that you can find in shops, especially if you have, when you give them a bath, you can use, and it gives a very nice massage and it helps the children to sleep very nicely. There are kind of different brands, or you can buy even like a set that comes with a shampoo and a different kind of body lotion. You can have even the lotion that is for helping the baby to sleep. It is very nice to have. You can try and see different kind of brands, whichever smell you like and which one it thinks it is appropriate for the gender of your child. Also for the time that your child is sleeping during the night, uh, it is recommended to have the curtains that they block the sunlight. So in this way you can give a full um, a proper light in the room, not too much sunlight because it might not help your baby to sleep. So you just make sure that you have the curtains that they block the sunlight entering inside the room. So in this way you can provide a very nice environment and a very nice room for your child to sleep comfortable. Another one that I can recommend are the pacifiers. Actually, different parents, they might decide not to introduce pacifier to their children, uh, but there are even parents that they introduce it and it's a way how they put their children to sleep. In my experience, my son wanted the pacifier only in the very beginning of the month, and then he slowly refused to take it. So depends even in your child desire. He might like it or he might not like it. I recommend the mom brand, but if your child does not like this brand, you can try even another one, so you can find out which one is more favorite for your child. Usually they don't have expensive prices, but it is a way how you can introduce to your child. Pacifier is a very makes very comfortable the children to sleep, but lots of parents, they refuse to give the pacifier to the baby because some of them, it causes even problems with the teeth in the children. Thank you for watching. This is the information that I wanted to share, and the products that I wanted to share with you, so in this way I could help in somehow to get more information about some certain products that helps the children to sleep comfortable. uh, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and see you in the next episode.